Hey YouTubers, this is Reese again, back on the Home and Business Solutions channel, giving you tech tips, comic book reviews, movie reviews, and everything else having to do with the geek world. Today's tech tip is, people, update your computers, your Windows systems. Like I said, there's this big hacking issue going on where hackers can take control of your computer. Microsoft released an update or a patch for this. I think it was Tuesday or Monday. Please keep your computers updated. I tell my clients this all the time. First rule is back up all your data. Second rule is update your systems at least once a week or at least twice a month to keep the packets and your security holes and other things safe. This keeps your data safe. This keeps you from getting hacked. This, basically keeps your identity from getting stolen. Your bank records, all of those things that people like to keep on their computers. If you're going to keep things on the computers, keep it updated, keep it backed up. That's the tech tip for the day. Now to the rest of the video. Today I'm doing a movie review of Ant-Man. The new Ant-Man movie that just released last Friday, or as they say, Marvel's Ant-Man. First of all, the movie had plenty of action and plenty going on, but for me it lacked a lot of plot. My first problem with the movie is they used the Scott Lang Ant-Man instead of the Hank Pym Ant-Man, seeing as how the Hank Pym Ant-Man was one of the founding members of the Avengers. That's another problem I'll get into altogether later as this video goes on. First of all, let's stick to the movie review. We have Scott Lang, the former thief who just stole stuff, of course, take care of his daughter. I couldn't tell in the movie whether she was supposed to be sickly or not, and that was the reason he was doing stuff. Or they try to make it sound like Scott Lang was committing crimes of political nature, which is why he was arrested. They weren't violent crimes, they were just crimes of a political nature or whatever. Which I'm guessing is why Hank Pym can connect with him. The movie starts us back in 1989 when Hank Pym is upset at some of his board members or whoever they were, Howard Stark included. They were trying to replicate his Pym particle, the same Pym particle that gave him the powers to be able to shrink or grow in size, which is hence the name Ant-Man. The helmet this suit has is what allows him to communicate with ants and other various insects. Anyways, this is the same day, like I said, back in this 1989 flashback, where Hank Pym, basically gets deposed or quits from his own company that he founded. Then we jump to present day, where Hank Pym's house is getting broken into by the thief Scott Lang. Okay, Scott Lang breaks in, bada boom, bada bing. This works out to somehow to him and Hank Pym becoming friends or whatever, and Scott Lang going into training to become Ant-Man, which they totally just passed by already. We get like a fast forward montage of him training with Hope and him training with Hank Pym to learn how to talk to the ants and how to control his size and how much power he has and what size and everything like that. Like I said, I feel like this movie was extremely rushed through. The plots weren't all tied up and tied together. At one portion of the movie, we have Scott Lang trying to steal something back that Hank Pym wants from a former research facilities of Howard Stark or whatever. This leads to Ant-Man trying to break in and running across the Falcon, who is mysteriously guarding the place. We don't know what else went on there or anything. We just know that Falcon is there by himself for some odd reason, guarding the place. Why? Was this just so they could throw an Avenger in the movie? A B-list Avenger at that. I was expecting to see Iron Man or Captain America or one of the bigger Avengers do a cameo, but instead they tossed on one of the new ones they named at the end of the last Avengers movie, Age of Ultron. That is another issue, of course, that we'll get. The Ultron thing is another issue we'll touch on, of course, towards the end of this video, or once I get done with this review. I'm assuming they use the Scott Lang character to add a little bit of comedy and other things to the movie that will make it more watchable to the masses. I'm sure this upset a lot of comic book fans. There just wasn't a serious tone to the movie. There was really no plot except for Hank Pym not wanting a former research assistant of his, Darren Cross, not to be able to replicate or duplicate the Pym particle to use for illegal reasons, because it seemed like, as the movie went on, Darren Cross became this more adversarial, less about business, more about control and dominating thing. By the time we put him in the Yellow Jacket suit, he was completely insane. Now we're supposed to believe that this renegade Pym particle, or whatever he came up with, drove him crazy. Alright, fine. Okay, so we just make a criminal out of a shady guy who is just sneaky. But all of a sudden, as the movie goes on, he turns into a killer, tries to take over, battle everybody, tries to battle Scott Lang, take the suit away from him, blah blah blah. Like I said, the plot in the movie was completely rushed through. It's fun to watch, but jeez, people, spend some more time developing a plot and act like you've actually written before. I wish they would do movies more like books do as far as the pacing goes, but they try and cram everything in this 2-hour span and just shove it out to you like, alright, take this and this is what we're going to give you. Now, back to this Hank Pym thing, which is really what just angered me the entire movie. As many of you know, Hank Pym is one of the founding members of the Avengers. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, history goes as Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, Ant-Man, and Wasp. All this is because Steve Rogers wasn't unfrozen yet. Anyways, in this movie, we get an older Hank Pym, who has a daughter, Hope Van Dyne, who's Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne's daughter. We get this short story of how Janet disappeared and why he and Hope are estranged, and all of a sudden, once he tells her this, halfway through the movie, by the way, now all is forgiven, blah blah blah. See, there was another plot line that was rushed through. Like I said, I've said to many people, many of my friends or whoever I was talking to about this particular subject, I wish they had done the Hank Pym Ant-Man instead of the Scott Lang Ant-Man. Now all of a sudden, by the end of the movie, Scott Lang is asked or whatever to join the Avengers, and bada boom, bada bing, everything is just supposed to be all better. Like I said, the movie would have been a lot better if they focused it on the Hank Pym Ant-Man, who, by the way, the biggest problem I have with this movie is not only the whole Hank Pym Scott Lang thing, but the biggest problem I had in this movie, and any comic book fan would know for a fact, that Hank Pym is responsible for the creation of Ultron. Instead, in the movie, they used Tony Stark's Iron Man and Hulk's Bruce Banner to create Ultron. We all know that Ultron's brain patterns are based off of Hank Pym's brain patterns. Ultron is a Hank Pym creation. They should not have messed with canon and given it to Bruce Banner and Tony Stark. That is just totally wrong. They should not have just brushed over the whole Wasp and Janet Van Dyne thing like, oh, yeah, that happened. That's why I've been so protective of you. This is stuff that Hank Pym says to his daughter, Hope Van Dyne. And all of a sudden she's like, oh, you've been holding this in for so many years. Why didn't you just tell me? And all is supposed to be forgiven like, I don't know, like the past 24, 30 years never happened or so. Like I said, they just rushed through a lot of plot lines in the movie. I've sat and watched it about 3 times already, and it just totally did not hold my interest whatsoever. As I said, this is because being a comic book reader and knowing the stories or whatever, and knowing that Hank Pym is a founding member of the Avengers, and knowing that he created Ultron, and then having all those storylines just wiped away for the sake of Marvel or some movie studio making money, trying to give us the Scott Lang character to make him funny and a comedian. I can't take comedians as serious superheroes. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. We have a lot of funny in the movie, but really no plot line that drives the action or these people's reasons for doing it. I'm supposed to believe, okay, Scott Lang breaks into Hank Pym's house. All of a sudden, Hank Pym sees something in him and says, hey, I'm going to turn my Ant-Man suit over to this guy and make him the next Ant-Man. Like I said earlier, they go through this little training montage, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to send you to steal this, then I want you to break into my company and take this new Yellow Jacket suit so my former protege doesn't use it for the wrong reasons, because all of a sudden he's going crazy. And like he has been running a company for over 10 years or whatever. Now all of a sudden all this stuff is supposed to change. And we just rushed right through it. They try to make the movie under 2 hours. I guess they go on as far as people's attention spans or whatever. But Marvel, please stop changing the origin stories of things just to make a quick buck or to feed it to the masses. These are movies that geeks like to see. Yes, they're action movies that kids and other people that might not be into the comic books will love to see. But if you're going to tell an origin story, be fair and tell it the way it's supposed to be told, not the way that's just going to make the quickest buck or to simplify things just for the sake of simplifying them. The movie, like I said, the plot lines and the subplots were all over the place, and it could have been done a lot better. I didn't appreciate them throwing Falcon in as the token Avenger when we all know he just joined the team like 2 months ago on the timeline. Now we're all of a sudden supposed to believe that Cap has got him started in some building where this little part's in that Scott Lang is supposed to get. We don't know what else is going on in that building. And during Falcon and Ant-Man's fight or whatever you want to call it, Falcon's the only Avenger there, just guarding one place by himself. We don't know who he's talking on the other end of this little walkie-talkie watch thing on the other end. We don't know who's on the other end of that. Then he tells the person after the fight's over, don't tell Cap about this. Who are we supposed to believe he's talking to here? Oh, then there's that whole stupid fight at the end between Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man and all of that, and, right in to save the day, and nobody believes you, and you have to escape from the back of a cop car. It shouldn't have been put in a cop car in the first place. Why not just shrink down and just get away? That part of the plot made no sense. I'm sorry, movie studios, but you're rushing movies out way too fast, and the writers are just brushing over things that should be better explained or better told or whatever. And like I said, we'll just all have to make a quick buck. Yes, it's a good action movie. If you're just in it for punches being thrown and stuff being shot up and things like that, then fine. That's your type of movie. But people like me and the geeks that know the comic books want a plot line, and they want the story to be told the way it's supposed to be told. Stan Lee, when you started this company, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're going to tell a story, tell it right. Be fair, give facts. Don't change it because some studio told you we want to make this easier or simpler for people to understand. We're just going to get a Scott Lang character. What is it? Are there too many layers to the Hank Pym character where you didn't flesh out an explanation? And we only see him in the Ant-Man suit during the day he lost, Janet Van Dyne or the Wasp issues, and we only see him in the Ant-Man suit in a flashback. I'm sorry, people. This is pitiful. The way the movie was done is pitiful. The action sequences could have been a lot better. The plot lines could have been a lot better. We should have got a better inkling of, the dynamic between Wasp and Ant-Man. And while all of a sudden, like I said, Hubert was taking her out there in the first place, we only see this one adventure where she was lost. He doesn't give any real context to it except, hey, we're trying to stop a blah, 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 blah. We'd already been through that with the Bucky Barnes and it's basically the same plot line they played on in the first Captain America where Bucky fell off the side of the mountain and Steve couldn't reach him and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, somehow Hank's regulator gets damaged when they jump onto the thing. So Janet says, hey, I'm going to shrink down. I'm going to sacrifice my life so we can stop this bomb. And she didn't hesitate. And he searched for her for 10 years in the subatomic universe and didn't understand it. And so we're supposed to believe, alright, is she dead? Is she alive? Is she just shrunk down? How does time pass when you're that small? And blah, blah, blah. Like I said, the plot line was totally rushed over and poorly done. I wish Marvel would just stop this and stay with the original plot lines, the same ones that are on comic. When you have a geek go to this movie and watch this movie, you know most of them are pricing. I wish they'd use the Hank Pym Ant-Man to go back and retell the story with the Ultron thing and why Ultron's so upset, and the fact that Hank Pym's brainwaves were the ones used and imprinted on Ultron and all of that stuff. Instead, like I said, they just skipped over all of that, gave that origin story for Ultron, that Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, and they give me an older Hank Pym, and like I said, he just all of a sudden says, hey, I'm going to give Scott Lang this suit, then send him to steal some stuff back from a company that I founded, that my daughter and my protege kicked me out of, and this is supposed to be the main plot of the movie. Now we just turn Common Thief or somebody who was fired from a Baskin Robbins and a superhero, we put him inside a suit with this quick training montage. I don't know the span of how many days the training took place, but it's like, alright, within a week's time, you'll get here, I'll put the suit on you, in a week's time you'll be a hero, and that'll be that. Come on now, we all know the same things we complained about on the Arrow, about the Canary getting her training and stuff so fast, now she's able to kick butt. We don't, those of us who read the comic books or watch the shows don't want stuff to be rushed through. We want the plot to be spelled out. If you have to, make the movie a little bit longer. Tell a full story instead of rushing through a story. Well, that's just my review of Ant-Man. I'm sure some people like it and had no problem with the plot differences from the comic books, and I'm sure some people like me and have major issues with it. Like I said, I'm going to continue watching Marvel movies because I like Marvel. I like comic books in general. Yes, I'm a Marvel and DC reader, so there's no bias there. I like both, but I just wish their stories were told a lot better on the big screen. I wish they were told the same way they are in comics, and not just basically edited for the screen, so silver screen, so you can sell it to the masses. Yeah, this is how things are going to go. I'm tired of movie studios rushing through things, rushing through plot lines. This, you end up with poor writing. I should know because I like to write myself. In the future, you'll hear some of the poetry I like to write and things, and you'll see about flow and things like that. But too much in this day and age. We're rushing through way too many things, and we're rushing through movies and things like that, and it's just getting ridiculous. Like I said, I love Ant-Man as a character. I think they should have used him sooner in the first Avengers movie, seeing as how he was a founding member. But I wish it was the Hank Pym Ant-Man and not the Scott Lang Ant-Man. I understand Marvel's reasons for doing it. I just wish they hadn't done it, and the movies were all in a different chronological order, so you can fit Ant-Man in. And I was supposed to believe by the time the next Avengers movie rolls out, or the Captain America Civil War movie rolls out, and I was supposed to believe that Ant-Man, the Scott Lang character, is going to be a full-fledged member, and they just added him to the team without even knowing the guy. All of a sudden, alright, Falcon says, seen this guy in the suit, he can shrink and grow and all of that, and by the end of the movie we're like, hey, let's invite him to the Avengers. We need all the help we can get. This guy has no superhero training whatsoever. Like I said, he went to a quick training montage and blah blah blah. All of a sudden now he knows how to use a suit, talk to the ants, break into stuff, and blah blah blah. This ordinary guy with no science background whatsoever, none. And all of a sudden he just knows how to use his suit and communicate with the ants or any other insect, and it's supposed to be believable. Come on now, that's a bunch of BS, and everybody who reads comic books knows it well. Anyways, if you agree with my opinions, give a thumbs up. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like it and you thought I just rambled on and on, which I sometimes do, by the way, give it a thumbs down. Just tell me what you think. And I'm looking for people who actually read the comics and know what's going on in them. And for those of you wondering why my voice sounds the way it sounds right now, that's because I'm in the middle of my allergy season, so my throat is dry and I just reached in the chest, man. Maybe that was over here. But anyway, just in case any of y'all are wondering. Hope you enjoyed the video and my tech tip that was in the beginning. If you didn't skip over most of this, like I said before, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I'm Maurice, and better known as Reese, by the way. That's what most people call me. Also, The Solution gamer tag. Because if you look up The Solution, you'll probably find me on a whole bunch of things. Anyways, this is like the third video done for my YouTube channel. The fourth video, I'll probably be doing some poetry. And one of these days, I'll get around to doing a build of a computer. Because that is my main job, by the way. If anybody was wondering what I did. If you didn't watch the first two videos. I'm a PC and electronics technician. I repair PCs. I refurbish PCs. I upgrade them. I sell them on. For the clients that don't come pick them up. Like I said, that first and foremost, I love fixing things. I consider myself a little bit of an engineer. I've been doing this home and business solution computer repair thing for over 12 years. I really enjoy it. There are very few people in life that actually get to do things that they enjoy doing. I'm one of them, and I'm proud of where I'm at. I know many probably said, why didn't you do these videos a long time ago? And geez, I wish I had. It might help me get more customers, but I'm happy with where I'm at in life. I'm happy with the decisions I made, and I really like the field. Like I said, I'm doing something I love, so it's not a job to me, it's an adventure. And hey, now I'm on YouTube talking about comic books and poetry and computers and anything else involving the geek world. Can't get any better than that. Anyway, as I said, I'm Maurice, The Solution. You can, for business or any other thing you want to contact me for, you can reach me at homeandbusinesssolutions@gmail.com. You can add that to your Google Plus or any other website you want. But hey, I'm just reaching out there. Like I said, this is my third video, so there's probably a few things I'm sure many of you are going to say I need to work on, like probably slowing down the way I talk or blah 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 or whatever. But anyways, that'll be the close of this video. Everybody take care.